luck. He was a bit lucky. The ball just rebounded off the defender and still fell in his front, and he just buried the ball in the back of the net. From there, Chelsea, they tried to retreat. Borussia Dortmund came into the game more, but in the second half, they took control of proceedings and just, played a very good game. And I love what they did yesterday. It was not the usual pass, aimless passing. Yesterday, they wanted to play forward very fast, and that was key, in a transition game like that. Anything can happen, so it was good for the players. Good setup by Graham Potter. He did formation and putting some you can see that it's a coherent system with the players where they are supposed to be, and some players had very good performance yesterday.
Marco Corella was the UEFA man of the match.
Yeah, he deserved it. He won. He was just mopping up the balls, winning the balls, and also Kai Havertz played very well with two wide forwards who can, hit the box, so
you consider it wasn't clinical apart from the disallowed goal, and you wonder why he doesn't do that often.
Yeah, that's his chances, but as a centre forward, he played very well to get some consistency. When you win games, your confidence returns, and when confidence returns, you can get good performances.
Right.
Yeah, so it's good for them. I just hope they can continue from there.
Not a perfect performance, but the most important thing is the aggregate scoreline. And Chelsea, they won the game and they are through to the quarterfinals. They got everything in their favor yesterday, fair and square, despite and they have done same with Borussia Dortmund last night.
The only one, the main one. Well, Thiago Silva now.
With James is in the side, so I believe Chelsea might just have
one of the players that encroached the box was the one that cleared to get to the ball. So that penalty definitely had to be retaken. To me, I don't see any controversial issue around it. The two decisions were spot on.
The penalty is a clear one. It's quite obvious, though it's kind of awful to the Dortmund that players will run and
Portuguese Superliga, so it's just a continuation of what they've done, so far this season. That thing can happen in the quarterfinals. They're into the quarterfinals, I'm sure they want to see how far they can go in this season's Champions League. But make no mistake, they're a very impressive team. I think PSG found that out in the group stage.
It's a one-way traffic, as far as fixture is concerned. Benfica leading 2-0, already from away fixtures against Brugge, right then in Belgium. Everybody expected Benfica to cruise, which is a side you need to watch in this competition closely.
All right, let's go on our first break on the show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
How want to pay for baking course? With small money where person they make, I get Super Binge Plan.
For whatever you want to learn on YouTube, you need a plan like the Airtel Super Binge Plan. Simply dial *141*514# now to enjoy 2 GB of data and 1 hour worth of free YouTube data every day for just 500 naira.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly, spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply.
But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on
Look, there's no easier way to say this. Slow internet is bad for business. So, if you want what's best, get the Airtel Smartbox Outdoor Unit for SMEs.
Indeed, do business at internet speed of up to 200 megabytes per second with the Airtel Smartbox Outdoor Unit for SME and enjoy instant access to other amazing offers. Dial 1010 to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network. My people, no let new naira and cashless matter worry you. Hope Bank dey your phone, 500 naira woof day. So if you want send the mama and give you money, Hope dey your phone, 500 naira.
So enjoy better life with Hope Wallet. Dial *569*9# on your phone. Select Open Wallet. Put your details and fiam, your wallet done set. Hope PS Bank go serve you 500 naira a woof. Terms and conditions dey o. Hope. Succeed. Hope Bank always.
Everybody knows say when you get street OT, your hustle must pay.
Yeah, man. Don't run that level.
You know waiting. You fit blow past waiting you think with the smart code. With Airtel, you fit recharge your line with your bank USSD code them, mobile app, or make you press *939# to begin jollificate 100% awoof on top smart cash where Airtel the power gidigba.
You know, host Fiesta live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City with me, Sally Ibrahim, Disposable Kadaba, in an advancing 2-1 on aggregates to the quarterfinals, and then we saw Benfica spanking Club Brugge 5-1 and advancing 7-1 on aggregates. The action continues today. Bayern Munich will be taking on Paris Saint-Germain, and then Tottenham Hotspur will play against AC Milan. Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern won the first leg 1-0 away from home. Today they are at the Allianz Arena against Paris Saint-Germain. It's PSG, they've got Kylian Mbappe, they've got Messi, anything can happen. But it's like over the years, Bayern, they seem to know how to take care of PSG.
Yeah, this will be a particularly interesting game. You know, we know that PSG can score goals with Lionel Messi, and the coach Christophe Galtier has sort of tweaked his formation. You know, he's not Messi leading the attack. You know, one of the problems they had in the last game was the inability of their front players to press. You know, and Mbappe can do that. You know, but Messi, without Messi being able to, one problem that Bayern have is that Benjamin Pavard is injured, suspended. Yeah, due to the red card he received in the first game. Then the coach Julian Nagelsmann, he seems to prefer Josip Stanisic. He is not convinced about the defensive diligence of Cancelo. In the last two games in the Bundesliga, Cancelo has only played 12 minutes. You know, 12 minutes against Union Berlin. In the last game against VfB Stuttgart at the weekend, he didn't get off the bench. You know, Stanisic played the whole game. So will he go for Stanisic or the experience of Cancelo? Because what Cancelo doesn't have in what he is going to do, that is the depth they have. While for PSG, for 3 weeks now, Achraf Hakimi in the game, you know, so those are the doubts for the game, but it's going to be a very, very interesting game.
It's not going to be an easy ride for both sides, though Bayern Munich at home in Germany.
He's not done anything. He has not exceeded this form. They've lost the last two games. They were knocked out by Sheffield United from the FA Cup. They were defeated by relegation-threatened Wolves in last weekend. You know, so they will want a response, and with the coach coming back, you know, he can support the players. They'll be playing at home. You know, Milan also, AC Milan have fairly been in good form. You know, they lost their last game, so let's see how, you know, they try to press on their 1-goal advantage.
All right, we also saw a game in the Europa Conference League. Lazio losing 2-1 at home to AZ Alkmaar. That's how that encounter ended. Then in the CAF Champions League, we also saw some matches, and the results of those games in the CAF Champions League are as follows. We saw and then in Group C it was Horoya AC 1, Raja Casablanca 3, Simba SC 1, Vipers SC 3. In Group D, CR Belouizdad beat Almerek 1-0, while Zamalek defeated Esperance 3-1. Those were the games we saw in the CAF Confederation Cup, and our champions, talking about to be in action in Group B, they are taking on DC Motama Pembe, and that's going to be in Port Harcourt in Group B. Then also Diablos Noah.
Yeah, and there's a good chance of winning this game because Motama Pembe are the basement boys in this group. You know, they've played 3 games, they've lost 1, drawn 2. While Rivers United have won 2 games and lost 1. You know, they went away in the last game and got an away victory. You know, so that sets them up nicely to take first place in this group. And you know how the knockout stage is. You know, when they can top this group, they will get a favorable draw in the next round. You know, so let's hope that they can, you know, defeat the Congolese, because it's just they're not in good form. They've not won any game in this competition, so they should win this and try to, you know, make sure that they top this group.
Diablos Noah will take on ASEC Nemosa also in that group. In Group A, it is Marumo Gallant versus USM Olga, while Al Akda will take on St. Eloi Lupopo. Then in Group C, we'll have Asco Kara versus Pyramids FC, while Future FC will be taking on FAR Rabat. In Group D, US Monastir versus TP Mazembe, and Young Africans will be playing against AS Real Bamako. So these are the games that we have in the CAF Confederation Cup. Good luck to our MPFL team, Rivers United, as they go into battle. In the evening before we left the studio yesterday, there was one game still being played as at the time that we left the studio, so we'll just review all the matches that we saw. So in the first game of the day, we saw 1-1 in regulation time, and of course the win for Etete sets up a prestigious second round tie with defending champions Bendel Insurance, who we know are currently top of Group A in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Then the other matches, Delight FC defeated Benin Warriors 2-1, while Royal FC, trained before we left the studio yesterday, Adia Sports FC advanced to the second round by beating Mega FC of Auchi 4-2 on penalties following a goalless draw in regulation time. The FA Cup continues on Wednesday at the School of Health Technology Sports Complex, Dumes Road, as Future Stars Football Club will be taking on Westgate FC at 9 a.m. Then this is going to be followed by the match between Elite FC and Morska FC at 11 a.m. While Eto FC, they are going to battle Mission Side FC at 1 p.m. The last game of the day is between Constance Dike FC versus Al Haji, the second round, including, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Bendel Insurance and Bendel Insurance Feeders. Bendel Insurance and Bendel Insurance Feeders contested the final last season, so they were the 2 finalists, and that's why they got this privilege of being drawn into the next round. A total of 26 clubs registered for the 2023 Edo State FA Cup. Edo Queens and Fortress Ladies, they are the only 2 female clubs that are playing in the competition, and they will be contesting the final of the competition at a date to be announced later. Then the draws for the Edo State FA Cup were held at the Samuel Ogumunda Stadium on Friday, the 3rd of March, and Wednesday, March 18, to start the competition earlier. And we know that the finalists in both competition for the men and the women, they will represent Edo State at the 2023 Federation Cup. Alright, so that's what we had in the FA Cup. Action continues today in School of Health. Alright, let's move on to other stories now concerning the ever-exciting world of sport. Slaven Bilic has been fired as the manager of Watford, and the managerial merry-go-round continues at that club.
Yeah, I think that is almost 5 or 6 managers since 2019. So it's a revolving door at that club. The Pozos family, they just keep they keep up this policy of hiring and firing, and it hasn't really gotten them anywhere. They relegated from the English Premier League last season. This season they are not doing well at Watford, and for Bilic for some time it looked up, but the thing has all gone down the drain again for him at that club. They need to think very well about the next appointment, because the season is almost over. If they have any hope of getting into the playoff positions, then they have to think long and hard about getting a replacement, not just anyone that pops in their head.
Very interesting from the Pozzo family. They don't joke with firing managers. They're just running Watford and Udinese like comic characters. Since they bought the club, I think they've hired more than 9 managers.
More than.
They're just firing Simon Sarri, just kind of top managers. But I think it will do them more good, because they really want to get at least to the playoff position in the championship. So let's see how it works for them.
All right, so as we usually say, there are 2 types of managers: those who have been fired and those who are waiting to be fired. But we'll see what happens with Slaven Bilic. He's managed a couple of clubs. We'll see where he goes next. All right, let's look at what's going on in the gossip section of the papers. Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool, they remain interested in Moses Caicedo, despite the fact that the 21-year-old Ecuadorian midfielder has signed a new contract with Brighton and Hove Albion last week. Napoli's Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen and West Ham's England midfielder Declan Rice, who is 24, are Arsenal's main transfer targets this summer. Osimhen says he's working hard to achieve his dream of one day playing in the English Premier League. So many clubs want him. Then Real Madrid head of recruitment, Juni Calafat, held a meeting with the father of Borussia Dortmund England midfielder Jude Bellingham, who's 19, at a London hotel on Tuesday. Tottenham Hotspur manager Mauricio Pochettino wants to return to the London club if current boss Antonio Conte leaves in the summer. And Bayern Munich are unlikely to exercise a 70 million euros option to turn a 28-year-old Portugal defender João Cancelo's loan move from Manchester City into a permanent switch. Liverpool, Manchester United and Tottenham have asked to be kept informed of 27-year-old France midfielder Adrien Rabiot's contract situation at Juventus. Newcastle United have joined the race to sign Chelsea and England midfielder Mason Mount, who's 24 years old. Manchester City, they are in pole position to resign 19-year-old Belgian midfielder Romeo Lavia from Southampton after they included a buyback clause in his deal. Barcelona president Joan Laporta recently met with Paris Saint-Germain and Argentine forward Lionel Messi's father, and has left open the possibility of a summer return to the Nou Camp for the 35-year-old. Laporta is also planning to extend the contract of Barcelona manager Xavi, and is set to offer Spanish midfielder Sergio Busquets, who's 34, a new deal. Barcelona are aware that Spain attacking midfielder Marco Asensio, who will be out of contract at Real Madrid in the summer, will be willing to listen to offers from them, while Arsenal and AC Milan have spoken to the 27-year-old's camp. Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur have sent scouts toward Benfica's Portuguese defender Antonio Silva, who is 19 years old, and midfielder Florentino Luis, who's 23. And finally, talks between Manchester United and potential buyers of the club will begin this week, with a Qatari club fronted by Sheikh Jassim bin Hamed Al Thani thought to be the front runner. And this story caught my attention. Marco Asensio willing to listen to Barcelona. I know some players have left Barcelona to join Real Madrid and from Real Madrid to Barcelona, but it's not something that usually happens. And when it happens, it's usually controversial.
And it's not somebody like, it's not a player like Asensio who is, they have a lot of players at Barcelona. For me, I feel it would be unwise for him to go to Barcelona because the chances of playing there is going to be the same as it is at Real Madrid. I would expect him to go to a club that maybe guarantees him Champions League or just a good club that he can get playing time, because that is what he is after.
Okay, let's move on to other stories and let's talk what's going on in the world of basketball. We saw some games in the NBA this morning, so let's look at those results and what to expect from other future matches. So it was LA Lakers beating Memphis Grizzlies 112 points to 103 points. Dallas Mavericks defeated Utah Jazz 120 points to 116 points. Oklahoma City Thunder defeated Golden State Warriors 137 points to 128 points. Brooklyn Nets beat Houston Rockets 118 points to 96 points. Charlotte Hornets beat New York Knicks 112 points to 105 points. Philadelphia 76ers were victorious over Minnesota Timberwolves 111 points to 94 points. Then Milwaukee Bucks beat Orlando Magic 134 points to 123 points. And finally, Washington Wizards defeating Detroit Pistons 119 points to 117 points.
Yes, for the LA Lakers, they moved into the playing positions yesterday with that win over the Grizzlies. They were still without LeBron James, and it was a game.
Are you sure they are in the playing position?
Yeah, they moved into 9th. No.
With other games that have been played, I think they are 11th now.
Oh, okay. With the other games, some other teams have won.
They are 11th on the log at the moment.
Okay, so that game during halftime, this was a game between the Grizzlies and Lakers. Paul Gasol is a common denominator between both clubs, because Paul Gasol, a Spanish basketballer, his first 7 years in the NBA was spent with the Grizzlies. Then he was traded to LA Lakers. So LA Lakers, that's why they picked that game yesterday to have that ceremony. They chose to retire the number 16 jersey for Paul Gasol during halftime. And during the game, the top performance for them was Anthony Davis. We just said that LeBron was absent. But Davis stepped up in a big way yesterday. He delivered a superstar performance, 30 points with 22 rebounds, while he was also supported by Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder got 17 points and 9 assists, and Austin Reeves also had 17 points. While for the Grizzlies, they were still without Ja Morant. Ja Morant was supposed to miss 2 games, but due to his troubles with the law, he missed the second game, and when the coach was asked, he said he doesn't know when Ja Morant will be playing again for the Grizzlies. Top performer for the Grizzlies was Jaren Jackson, who had 26 points. Tyus Jones also had 16 points, and Dillon Brooks had 13 points. The next games for both of them, up next for both of them, the Grizzlies will be hosting the Golden State Warriors, while the Lakers will be hosting the Toronto Raptors.
All right, we'll see how they stand now in the Eastern Conference. It is Milwaukee Bucks top. They've won 47 matches. They've lost 18. Second, Boston Celtics, who have won 45, lost 21. Third, Philadelphia 76ers have won 43, lost 22. Cleveland Cavaliers are fourth. They've won 41, lost 26. New York Knicks are fifth. They've won 30, 39, lost 28. And sixth position is Brooklyn Nets. They've won 37, lost 27. That's the top 6, and these are the 6 that are guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Yeah. Then they play in. You've got 7th position Miami Heat. They've won 35, lost 31. 8th is Atlanta Hawks, who have won 32, lost 33. 9th, Toronto Raptors have won 32, lost 34. And 10th, Washington Wizards have won 31, lost 34. We go to the Western Conference. Top here, Denver Nuggets have won 46, lost 19. Second, Memphis Grizzlies have won 38, lost 26. Third, Sacramento Kings have won 38 points, lost 26. Fourth, Phoenix Suns have won 36, lost 29. Dallas Mavericks are fifth. They've won 34, lost 32. And sixth, Golden State Warriors have won 34, lost. They've won 34 games, lost 33. And eighth is Minnesota Timberwolves, who have won 34 points, lost 33 also. Ninth, Oklahoma City Thunder, they've won 31, lost 34. 10th, Portland Trail Blazers have won 31, lost 34. And LA Lakers are 11th at the moment. They've won 34, lost 30. They've won 32, lost 34. While New Orleans Pelicans are next. They've won 31 points and they've lost 34. So that's what we have in the NBA, talking about basketball. All right, let's see what else is happening. Let's go to the world of tennis. We have some issues. You know, what we're having now, Indian Wells qualification is going on, but we know that Novak Djokovic will not be playing at the Indian Wells competition, and so he's even playing in the US Open maybe a bit doubtful, because we've heard that he could actually play the US States, but because he has refused to get vaccinated, he is not going to be playing in the Indian Wells. So for Emma Raducanu, she has pulled out of a charity exhibition event before our opening match at Indian Wells. The 20-year-old British number one was due to play mixed doubles with Cameron Norrie at the Asahi Cup. Raducanu also did not practice on Tuesday, though she's hoping to train on Wednesday. The 2021 US Open champion will then decide whether she's able to take on Danka Kovinic of Montenegro in the India Wells first round on Thursday.
She had this issue during the Australian Open too, where she was kind of having troubles with her fitness before the start of the Australian Open, and she was duly knocked out in the second round. So I just hope that her fitness holds, because she has been through a lot in the last 1 year, because this is one of the big competitions in the tennis calendar, and I'm sure she will not want to miss it.
Yeah, since she won the US Open 2001, she has been battling with injuries, fitness issues here and there. I just hope she gets fit and participates in this Indian Wells Open.
Okay, all right. Let's go to other issues now, and let's look at the text messages that we have so that we can react to them before we take another story.
Good morning, Oga Ibrahim. Chelsea made me sleep well for the first time in months. I still want Potter Archer. Oga Ibrahim, one aside the boss question. Women celebrating over a dozen Women's Day and men having just one. Don't you think we should celebrate the same number of days? Please weigh in my phone. Yeah.
Well, women are special.
Today is International
Women's Day. You've got several Mother's Day.
You have local Women's Day every day.
Look, even here on our station, we've got more women OAPs than men. So let us celebrate, please.
Good morning, Ibra. Though we qualified, but I still don't see and understand the formation of Potter. Or can you help me with the formation Potter played? Droba from Ugeli.
He played a 3-4-3. In fact, it's clearly defined. We can say since when he joined, he has been changing formations, and a lot of people don't agree with the kind of players he puts in certain positions. But yesterday, you could see that yes, a lot of players were playing where they were supposed to. It was a 3-4-3, and it looked good.
All right. Painful losing to Gambia and not being able to convert the penalty given. Compared to those stars way back like Samson Siasia, Osaro Igbenabaru, and so on, it was sad watching these guys lose and hoping they put their ass in order before the main tournament, which luckily they qualified for. Good win for Chelsea yesterday, and no objection to the penalty that was retaken. Man United losing so huge against Liverpool was shocking, and kudos to my team Arsenal. The superlative comeback against Bournemouth no longer make people just see us as an outsider. Thanks to you all. Great job. Lefties, Godin, Kideno. That's all we got for now.
Okay, let's go back to basketball. Nigeria's D Tigers failed to qualify for the World Cup. However, in the latest world ranking, Nigeria is still the top ranked team in Africa. I think we are 19th in the world, but I'm number 1 in Africa. So when you look at the ranking, it is Nigeria first in Africa, Tunisia second, Senegal third, Angola 4th, Cote d'Ivoire 5th, Egypt 6th, South Sudan 7th, Cape Verde 8th, Cameroon 9th, and DR Congo 10th. So despite the fact that Nigeria failed to qualify for the World Cup, we still remain top in Africa.
It's quite interesting. I don't know how they come with these calculations and all that.
So Belgium was world number 1 in football for a long time, even when they did not win any tournament. So,
but at least in one of Belgium, you see them that are still going far in some tournament, like 2018 World Cup. They finished third and all that. But we did qualify for FIBA World Cup.
So we don't qualify for the World Cup, but we even won some games, even in that window that time we eventually lost.
We lost to Cote d'Ivoire, but we won against Guinea and some other countries. Maybe after the World Cup, the ranking is going to drop because the other countries So this one is over time, you've been winning, so.
Okay, from the camp of the Flying Eagles in Cairo, Egypt, we hear that each player of the Flying Eagles will receive $5,000 for qualifying Nigeria to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Indonesia. All the 21 players registered for this year's Under-20 AFCON will benefit from this largesse, and we hope they actually benefit, not like later we'll start hearing stories like what's happening with John Noble in the Super Eagles camp. So the Flying Eagles, they booked their passage to the Under-20 World Cup when they edged Uganda 1-0 in the quarter-finals. However, in the semi-finals, they lost 1-0 to Gambia, and that means they will be contesting the third-place match against Tunisia. But despite this, they are getting $5,000 for qualifying for the World Cup.
Well, it's good. They fulfilled one of their objectives, which is the first one to qualify for the World Cup, even if they were not able to go on to qualify and to compete for the title. That World Cup will also bring some financial benefits to those players and to the NFF. So they deserve to get compensated for their work.
So well done to the Flying Eagles for qualifying for the World Cup, but we're not happy that they failed to win the competition, and they didn't even qualify for the final, losing to Gambia competition. So it's going to be Gambia versus Senegal on Saturday. Right? Is it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, yeah.
Nigeria playing on Friday.
Friday.
Okay, so Nigeria taking on Tunisia in the third place match. Good luck to them. At all, as we say in this part of the world, I am bad. So they should bring home the bronze medal, even though we really wanted to win the gold. Okay, guys, thank you very much for listening. We've got to go now. We'll be seeing you at 4 p.m. in the evening. But before we do, you know how we do it on the show. It's time to blow the final whistle on this edition of the show.
I'm not sure what more he can do with his hand. That in itself was disappointing.